Hey everybody.
Hi everybody.
Welcome to Have Your Treasures. I'm Steve.
I'm Donna.
We are full-time resellers, Lincoln, Nebraska.
Rehomers of stuff.
It is Monday. It is MLK Day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and we're kind of taking a holiday, honestly.
Kind of, sort of.
We're a little...
We're doing whatever we want to today.
Yeah, the post office is closed, so we're not shipping. There's not much to ship because eBay has been slow, but...
Oh, you're warm.
She just grabbed my hand, and I'm warm. eBay has been slow, but we're okay with that. I mean, we don't want eBay to be slow.
No.
But we've really changed up our stuff, and we don't sell as much on eBay. We don't list as much on eBay. But we enjoy a lot on Whatnot. So we do more eBay-suited things for eBay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And all the fun stuff goes to Whatnot. I mean, and I don't mean the cheap stuff. We just sold last week's Whatnot. We had a beautiful Fenton cat.
Owl.
That was Owl. That was, I don't know, it was listed on eBay for like $200, but we put it on Whatnot. I don't remember what it sold for, but we were happy with it.
Yes.
Like $50 or something.
Well, let's just show them.
All right, so.
Whoa.
Well, here's what we got going on today. So yesterday morning, we released part 3 of the video. Oh, we forgot to do the bubbles? Mm-hmm. All right, here comes the bubbles.
I feel better now.
All right, so yesterday morning we released part 3 of the video. We're going to talk about that video. I'm going to talk about comments, going to talk about all kinds of things. We have a lot to discuss today. Just what we got going on. We're making some changes. We have an announcement. We have some surprises. If you join our Facebook page, you already know what the surprise is because people on our Facebook page, they get to find out first on a lot of things.
What's our Facebook? Facebook
is Happy Heart Treasures. I know it's crazy, you're so unique and everything, but Happy Heart Treasures on Facebook. If you join us there, that's usually who gets first announcements on things going on in our world. Let's just start out here.
Okay,
we got a lot going on. So Donna, tell them about our week.
Upcoming things. Our week. I don't know if I'm going to...
Well, yeah, what we got going on right here. What are we doing?
Okay, upcoming things in our Whatnot show, Thursday night, 6 Central Standard Time. This is just the beginning right here. So some people have asked about the audio books. So we've got some new audio books that are going to be on there. I am bringing back the washcloths. So I have some washcloths that are done and a couple more. I'm working on a couple more. We also have a new thing we're going to have. We're going to have trinket jars, but you don't get the jar itself. You get everything in the trinket jar. And if you just look, like this one has all kinds of things.
So we come across all these little trinkets and things and we're not sure what to do with.
I put them back here. So I have a jar full here. I have another one started here. I have one here.
So she had this great idea. She asked me. She thought I'd poo-poo it.
Here.
And I didn't. She said, what if I just offer up the jar of stuff without selling the jar?
And here.
And a big one there.
And so I think what we're going to do, and then I have another one here, fishbowl that started. That one's got money in it for right now. But
you could do a jar of money.
We could. But so for instance, I've got Tupperware miniatures. I've got a double-decker keychain, bus keychain. I've got a vintage Garfield. Just anything that I think is cute. There's the dragon. There's just all kinds of things. These are the glasses that Ruth and I had for my birthday.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of things in here. There is some jewelry in this one. But anything that I think is cute, unusual, vintage, whatever, but it's little, I just stick in the jars. And so I thought, let's just auction off the contents. So we get a trinket jar contents. And the reason I'm not going to sell the jars with it is because if we try to ship this jar with everything in it, It's more apt to get broken, and you'll end up with a box full.
Well, and you can keep refilling the jars with stuff. So
glass shards. So yeah, I can refill it. So every week we can have a trinket jar.
Yes.
Yeah. And so then we've just got some other things.
So it is now Monday afternoon. So over the next couple days, we're going to have everything listed on Whatnot is the plan. So,
but I also wanted to tell them that I have. I'm putting on some of our vintage things, ephemera. So I've got some of these. I've got stacks of postcards. And these go back to 1909. Just the different postcards. Steve's got some tarot cards. I've got some buttons. I've got some...
Got Mickey Mouse.
I've got some cabinet photos. I've got some play bills from 1892, 93, and 95 in here.
Yep, we're selling the whole bag full. We're not going to part them out. It's going to be a bag with several of them.
Cabinet photos. Just...
Got a nice butter dish here.
Yep.
We got a gremlin. We got a gizmo.
Fitz and Floyd.
Right there, we got a gizmo. And there's a container of buttons. So yeah, it's a variety show. We do variety shows usually, and it is variety.
And anytime I find something that is heart-shaped, of course, it's going to be on the show. And this is a heart-shaped mug from Chicago. So I'm going to put that on. Yeah. So we've got a lot of stuff coming up on that, and that is Thursday. And in the meantime...
Speaking of Whatnot...
We have an announcement to make. We have made a business purchase. Should we go show it to him?
Yep, let's go show.
Okay.
So in this business, we're always trying to think of new things to do, and Donna always has ideas, brilliant ideas, and then she brings them to me, and I say, no, I don't want to do that.
Because why? Because why?
Because I'm the great poo-pooer.
Yes.
That's right. Well, I came to her. She always is wanting to do things, and I came to her and I said, I'll tell the story in a minute. Let's show you what it is first. Welcome to my office. Welcome to my new business toy. Right here. This is it. We may be a little late on the 3D printing train. I know a lot of people have done this for a long time, but I'm making cookies, you guys. Look
He's
at
got
that.
a whole tray of cookies going.
I call it making cookies because we can fit 9 of them on a baking sheet. And that is making what, Donna?
Magnets.
We created our own magnets.
Steve created.
It's got raised lettering.
They can go on
it's
there.
like 3D. Sucker will put it on a refrigerator or wherever you want to put it. And we just created these in the last few days. And these are going to be available first this Thursday, 6 p.m. Central on Whatnot in the Buy It Now when the show starts. And they will be $6 plus shipping each. So we're super excited about that. I think it's a lot of fun. We got a lot of other ideas too. Now,
I got to show you what he made me. I went out and I saw this little sign on my desk. Isn't it the cutest? A little sign to say I love you. Love that.
so I'm gonna tell you the story real quick about how this came to be. I was in Sturgis, as you guys know, a couple weeks ago with my friends Kobe and Brady, and Brady had ordered a 3D printer. Kobe has a 3D printer. So we pulled up, and I wasn't going to go in because I had no interest in 3D printers. And it wasn't just me, like Brady's wife and a friend were going to stay in the car, and so I was just going to wait in the car with them. And we pull up, and I'm like, well, that store looks kind of cool. I'm going to go in there and check it out. And the place had all these super cool things, all 3D printed, and they had printers running, and they had helmets, and they had all kinds of cool stuff. And I'm like, wow, this is kind of cool. And so then I got to thinking, well, Brady had just ordered one, and so then my wheels started turning for like the business.
First,
and
you picked up a little trinket.
So yeah, while I was there, hold on, here, let me. Because I thought the store was so cool, I wanted to buy something from them. So this was in all pieces. It was a tray like a model, like a snap type model, and it was all printed. And you had to break it apart to pieces and then put it together. So I picked that up for $10. So I thought, well, that's really cool. So then I started thinking, well, like our logo, like I don't know how to do anything. I don't know how to make logos. I don't know how to do this, how to do that. But the internet is a wonderful place, and they have YouTube videos and all kinds of things to teach you things. So I thought, you know what, we're going to do this because I know Donna wants to make a lot of things. So I started thinking what else we could do, and there's a lot of different ideas. But now I had to order the right colors. You know, I got a few colors to start. I had to order the right colors for this. So while I was waiting for the colors for this, I had to print some other things and learn about the printer, right? So I started in. And the first thing I printed was a squishy turtle. This was my first print, and he bounces. He's got little bouncy legs. And then I printed a poop chute for the printer.
Why did they call it that?
Because the extra, when it flushes filament out and it drops in here, and then you throw it away, or you can melt it to recycle it or whatever. But anyway, ended up printing that, and then it comes with a little blade, and you print a scraper thing for it. So this is my scraping blade. So I to scrape things off the plate with this.
That's
very
cool.
Carefully, but it's got the nice little name there. And then it came with all these little tools and stuff. So I 3D printed this toolbox, and it holds nicely all the little things that came with the printer. And then I'm like, well, I need something just for me for fun. Oh, because then I printed Donna crochet hooks.
Oh,
we'll show you that.
Yeah, they're
but
in your
then I'm
pocket.
like, I want to print something fun for me. So, of course, I printed a really cool Metallica 3D print. So that sits on my desk. But anyway, so I had no intention of 3D printing at all. Nothing. I was going to stay in the car. So the next day, within a day, I ordered a 3D printer. And I checked with Donna. I'm like, is this idea crazy? And of course, she was like, no, it's the greatest idea ever. Let's do it. It's exciting. My strings are all over. And so then who did I check with? I checked, well, I talked to Brady and Kobe too, and got their inputs, and they all thought it was a good idea. But then I checked with Larry, because if there's one person on this earth that's going to tell me, I don't know that that's a good idea, like financially or business-wise or whatever, I checked with him, and I said, Larry, what do you think? And he told me that it was a good idea. It makes complete sense. So if you sell this many things at this price, you know, it'll pay for the unit and whatever. And we have a lot of different ideas. Well, the unit, the printer and the real combo thing here. So I call this making cookies. So this is a separate unit. So the combo altogether is what I bought. And this holds 4 spools, so you can do multi-print, multicolor. And then this is making cookies. I just put them on the sheet, and we make the cookies. And it takes a long time. It's like 7 hours to print those. But it runs all the night time. It runs night, runs day, whatever. I just keep running them. Oh, and there's all my filaments, and I have different colors, and I got a really dark blue to go with the orange, so I can make something Broncos later. But anyway, so when doing this, we're thinking of different ideas. And that's where we ran into a little frustration, because like we saw these signs. Cute little signs. I thought that was cute, and I printed one out, put it on Donna's desk. Well, then we thought we could make this sign, and there's a new saying Donna wants to make stuff with that is, I ain't gonna even tell you yet because it'll be a secret, but I thought we can put that on here and then put on the back our logo. Well, only certain things can you print and sell if you get permission or whatever, but some things that they make, they just say, oh, you cannot sell these, okay? So we're probably still going to print some of these. Maybe we'll do some giveaways or whatever. But the thing is, in order to come up with something to print, obviously our logo is unique enough that nobody else made that, right? Because it's our logo. But all the other things, like there's so many ideas people have already had. Donna has this really cool idea for the next item, and it has something to do with plants. There's probably something really close to what she's saying out there already. But if you look and then you can't buy it, whatever. So what I said, I told her, you know what, I'm going to make it myself from scratch. And if it ends up being like somebody else's, then whatever. But I'm going to do it myself, and, you know, we'll figure it out. But there's so many cool ideas that we have that we could do with this. So anyway, this Thursday, Whatnot, 6 p.m. Central. These are going to be in the Buy It Now section for $6 plus shipping. And we ordered magnets. I even made it where it cut a little hole out. I figured that out myself with the help of YouTube. And so it's recessed in there and just sticks up just a little bit. So yeah, $6 plus shipping. We're super excited about this, and we're going to have a lot more things in the future come out because we think it's cool. All right, so we're back in the garage now. That was our big, super exciting announcement. We are super excited about it anyway. Another thing that we wrote down some things that we didn't want to forget to mention. Something we forgot to write down, and I know Donna forgot about it. But,
What?
Donna,
What?
would you like me to roll the clip now of our celebration for 5,000 subscribers?
Oh my goodness. You guys, our friends, Ruth and Larry came up, of course, to see us last week. They told us when we hit 5,000 subscribers, Ruth says, we're going to have a cake. We're going to celebrate. And we just, time got away from us and we never had a chance to do that. Well, here they come. They get out of the car and they have a cake. And so they came in and they said, we're going to celebrate your 5,000 because we said we were going to, but we never did.
So Donna told me to grab the camera.
I said, grab the camera. And he's like, huh? Because we're past 5,000, right? Because of you guys. And so
here, let's just roll the clip.
You roll the clip.
Here we go. All right, we're celebrating 5,000 subscribers. We're just about 6,500, but hey, we've never been on time for much, so it's okay. Here are our friends, Larry and Ruth.
Hi.
And they brought over a 5,000 subscriber cake. So, yay. They told us we would celebrate 5,000, and we apparently forgot.
We forgot.
So they showed up with one today.
Forgot.
Yay!
So
here we are.
Always a
There we are.
Happy
5,000.
Happy 5,000.
How many did you say you have now?
6,497.
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's celebrate 6,500.
Oh my
There you go.
goodness. Yay, 6,500.
Well, by the time we're done with this, it'll be 6,500. That sounds good to me.
That's right. Come on, you guys.
This is. Have
There
you ever
it
heard
is.
of killing two birds with one
There you
stone?
go. 2 birds, 1 stone.
I saved the cake this way.
6,500 subscribers.
Congratulations.
Hey, congratulations.
All right, Donna, blow out the
Happy
candles.
holidays.
Donna's got no boyfriends, just me.
And now we're at 65:45.
So wasn't that video fun?
Yes.
That was awesome.
Thank you,
to
Ruth and Larry.
Yeah, thank you guys. That was a lot of fun. Big surprise there, so that was cool.
Yes.
I like how we transitioned from 5,000 to 6,500.
Yeah.
All right, Donna, what's next on our list? Should we talk about that storage unit that just came out and we've had the 3 videos for?
How about we sit together and talk about it?
We could do that.
Let's sit together.
All right, so we're going to hang out and we're just going to talk about this for a little bit. We put out 3 videos for the one storage unit, and in the end, I threw everything away. Now,
Some of the stuff that I had saved in the beginning, we did go ahead and list, and
oh yeah,
it did
we
go
did
ahead and
keep
sell,
some stuff, yeah.
and things like that. But the last
We
load,
just-
as you saw in the last video, I was worried about putting that out because I thought we're going to get so many negative comments because people aren't going to approve of how we handled it, right? Sometimes all you see on YouTube channels is, this is a great life, everything's wonderful, look how lucky we are, and we found so many cool things and everything's all happy. And you just have to wonder, did they actually show everything that happens? Because if you're a reseller and you buy storage units, or you do clean outs, or you go sourcing, it's not always, what did
You're gonna
somebody
have
say?
some-
Somebody said it's not always rainbows and butterflies. And to be quite honest, sometimes it's poo-pooers and you
Yeah.
know what.
So when I was filming that video, and I had every intention that we were going to put it out, and I didn't know that Donna would like it. It ended up turning out just fine because I think I did a good job of explaining my emotions and yet being fair to the family and everything. I knew that we would have a lot of positive supporting comments. I knew that, but I'm honestly shocked because on a normal storage unit video, if it gets more views than our regular viewers, there's always comments about this and that. You know, you should have this, you should have that. You're so negative. And I was shocked, like when the first video came out, there was some "you're so negative" comments, and I was like, what the heck? I thought I was pretty darn positive. Like, I kept saying, we're gonna find good stuff. We're gonna find good stuff. And so I was shocked. So by the time, now remember, all 3 of these videos were filmed in a day and a half.
Yeah.
Not even a day. We were there on a Friday at 1 o'clock, and I got out of there on Saturday at whatever time it was, 3:45 or 6:45
They were
or something.
released over 2 weeks' time, but they were filmed in less than 2 days.
Yeah, when I filmed that, she was filming the end of the second video. So it was all happened really fast. And so I still had my in my head like all this stuff was immediately happened, and we had another storage unit to get done too.
Feeling the pressure. Some people had asked us, well, what can you just go home and regroup and come back later? No, we couldn't, because we had to be out by Saturday.
Well, by the end of the
Because
weekend, but we had another one to
had-
do in Lincoln.
Because we had the next one that we had to do
Yeah.
Sunday, and that was the end day for it. So
when I was going through and commenting and making that, like, I was like, nope, we're putting it out there. And Donna, she was not concerned that I said anything that bad or I was going to get in trouble or she might be mad at me, because Donna understands me. We have a great relationship. I understand her. You guys, everybody loves Donna. I just said to Mikey, everybody does love Donna. She's
don't
awesome.
know
She's
why.
positive. She's fun. I actually just said to Mikey, my cousin Mikey, a couple days ago that I said, sometimes it's very difficult having such a positive wife. And the reason I said that, we were talking about
you want me to be
football.
grumpy?
We were talking about football, and I said something. We were talking about getting together, and it was Denver in the playoff game, and I said something. I don't want to get together with people because I just want to watch it. I want to be locked in, and if they lose, I'm going to be grumpy. And Mikey said something about Donna being here, and I said, yeah, but she's always so positive. I said, she'll just be over there like, oh, they really tried hard. They played really good. And I won't want to hear that. And I told him, I said, sometimes being married to the most positive person is really difficult. But so anyway,
Sometimes being married to the most poo-pooer person is difficult.
I am not the most poo-pooer
No,
person
you're not.
I guarantee you that. So in my mind, why she was hesitant about putting it out was actually just because she was afraid of what people would think. And I don't care what people think. I do. I care what you all think. I care what you all think that watch us and, have come to know us and everything. I care what you think. I do take it to heart sometimes, and sometimes it's good constructive criticism, and sometimes I can be too negative, or sometimes she can do this or that, whatever. But the people that we don't know, that we never seen their name, and all of a sudden they're telling us what to do, I couldn't care less. I honestly couldn't care less. But I do want to say,
I hope you all take what he just said the right way.
I hope you do, because I meant it in a good thing. You guys, in 1 day and a half, we had like 120 comments on this, and all of them were absolutely supportive. There was one or two that were just like, maybe this or that, but it's been phenomenal.
Overwhelming, positive,
Yes.
encouraging comments, and not just a sentence, hey, keep on keeping on, or something like that, but paragraphs.
Yes.
And why you like what we do, and why, you watch us, because we try to show the reality, right, of storage unit buys and reselling, because the reality of it is, just pan around this garage, is the reality of it is a lot of times where we work is chaos.
Yep.
Where we sort and work and whatever is not the perfect temperature, and it's difficult. But the best thing about
However,
it is,
if you work in a garage, you get a mini split.
Oops,
It
I
helps
just
your life a lot.
hit my mic, sorry. The best thing about it is we get to decide how, when, where, and to what degree we do everything.
Yes.
Right? So we're our own boss. We determine how late in the evening we want to work, what time in the morning we want to start, what job we take on, what dreams we have and choose to pursue. It's so
And you guys,
freeing.
I want to tell you, part of my being a papooer is because I have to be a papooer to some degree
Or else
to
we
keep
would live
her
on the moon.
from floating away. This is very accurate. Listen carefully to this one. This is very accurate. It's my favorite thing. Someday I'm gonna do this. When you go to a festival or something and they have person drawing caricature drawings or whatever, I want one made, because what I need Donna holding a big bouquet of balloons floating up into the sky
With my wonderful...
with her wonderful
Look.
smile that I'm going to go
Wow.
on a trip, and I'm going to be holding on to her ankles because I need to be here to say no, because she's just going to float away and I'm never going to see her again because she's going to get lost.
He keeps me
She
grounded.
needs that sometimes. She thinks we can absolutely do everything,
can.
no matter what obstacles there are. even if it doesn't matter what we're talking about, she thinks we can do anything. And I'm not negative as in we can't. My response is always, okay, let's look at this analytically,
He's
logistically.
the factual guy, and he's
Yeah.
like, with what money shall we do this? And
Or with
what
what time?
with whose muscles?
Right. She's like,
whose
we can do 2 clean outs a week. And I'm like, I do all the heavy lifting usually. And I'm like, excuse me, hold on, back up the truck. That's the thing is I'm not really that negative. How many times did I tell you no?
Never. The only thing that he has told me no on, you guys, the only thing. If I want a coffee, he goes and gets it. If I want to go here or there or, whatever, he makes it happen. But the only thing that he tells me no on is a Morton building.
Is moving.
He doesn't want to move away from
like where
here.
we're at. I'm happy.
He's happy here. And quite honestly, the thought of giving it all up and trying to rebuild what we have here somewhere else is really scary to him.
Very.
And
We have a lot of connections.
we have a lot of connections here.
And loyal customers and
Yes.
people that love us, and we love them. And so
Sourcing
to up
opportunities.
and take all our stuff and go somewhere else where we don't know anybody and start all the way from the beginning.
And there again, we have
is
so much
scary
stuff,
to me.
and he's the muscle that would have to move it, right? And I'm just the dreamer that says we're going to do it.
Yeah.
And also, around our area, land is so expensive.
Yeah.
So for us to be able to get something that would have a Morton building on it and put a Morton building on it would cost just so much.
We'd have to move to like a little middle of nowhere town. And
a couple hours away.
so anyway, other than moving in a Morton
That's
building
the only
and stuff,
thing he says no about.
I fully support her and her dreams. She'll come to me and she'll want to try things, and even if I am positive they won't work, I'll still let her try it, like whatever. But
That's the fastest way he can get me to give up on it, is for me to prove to myself that it won't work, and he'll be like, "It's okay, honey. On to the
because
next thing."
she don't take no for an answer well. When our first 2 dogs passed, we're just gonna talk. When our
guess we're
first
gonna
2
talk.
dogs passed, they passed, and then we didn't have any dogs, and I loved it because it was freedom. Nothing against the dogs, Chance and Tovin, they were great dogs.
17
and I loved them. We
years
had
we had
Tovin for
Tovin.
17 years. They were great dogs, but once they were gone, with our kids living in Kentucky and everything, it was like we could just go up and go whenever we wanted to. Or her mom in Arkansas, she wanted dogs, and I kept saying no, kept saying no.
I kept trying to replace Tovin.
And so what's the best way to finally get her to give up? I said, okay, we can get a dog. Well, then, of course, they had these 2 dogs that were bonded together, Daisy and Bella. And so we ended up with not 1, but 2 dogs.
Elderly dogs.
Yeah.
And the pain of having to say goodbye again so soon. And
So after like
they
6
just
months,
didn't replace Tovin.
and they're good
And we
dogs.
love 'em.
I got
Or we
nothing
love
negative
her.
to say about
Daisy's
them.
the
Yeah,
only
Daisy's
one
left Bella. You guys know Bella passed not that long ago. But after about 6 months, Donna says, you were right. And it's not about being right or wrong. She said, I was trying to replace Tovin, and these dogs aren't Tovin. They're great dogs, but it's not the same. And so once these dogs pass, like I get it now, and I'll be ready for that when the time comes. Not that we want Daisy to go anytime soon,
and she's
because that's
become
hard.
so sweet.
Yeah,
just-
she's really changed a little bit and become way more cuddleable since Bella's been gone. But anyway, I don't even know what we were saying. I'm just saying I'm not that negative, you guys. Y'all think I am, but
And
I need to
It's funny
sometimes.
because this guy thinks the worst. Always. He thinks the
Oh,
worst.
I absolutely do.
He does. So, like, if you go to buy a house or buy a car or whatever,
I think the
he's
bank's
like,
going to tell us no.
they're going to tell us no, and they're going to take us out of the home we have now because they think we can't,
Yeah.
whatever. He is thinking the worst. And so to get this house was a struggle because I drug him here and there to look at this or that.
Oh my
No,
gosh,
we
we were
couldn't.
looking at
And
all
just,
these houses.
and he says, just pick one. I don't even care. Well, then Luke found one, and we went and looked at this one, and let's do it. Guess what? We did it.
Yeah.
And it went well. Even up to moving day, he thought it wasn't going to go through.
In my mind, I prepare for
The worst. Mm-hmm.
rejections so that when it works, I'm excited and I'm happy. I try to avoid setting myself up for failure. Now not to say that that's a good way to be.
No.
I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying that's how my mind works. So the fact that I went and bought a 3D printer because I really do think this can work is a big step for me because whenever she wants, I'm just usually like, but I was like, you know what? Let's do it.
Let me tell you, if you can include in the dream something technological,
something just fun for me
that
to tinker
he can
with.
do, yes. So I think what I'm going to do with the Morton building idea is to make a 3D printing room
Yeah.
that has music
Yeah.
in it.
She's so funny because then we start watching, and she really enjoys these where they buy a house for $1 and they completely gut it and rip it out and redo it from the ground up. They reflip the house.
Tia Weston bought a house
Tia
for
Weston,
$1.
her and Luke absolutely love. And I watch with her because that's what, we don't watch nearly as much reselling as we used to. We watch a lot of these house things and the Scots or whatever. These things. And I watch with her, but I'm not interested. And so then because I'm watching with her, she thought that I wanted to do this. So then she would find me a couple houses. Hey, look at this. And they're like, we have to gut them and redo them all from the studs up.
And I'm like, yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know how to build a house.
But you can Google it.
You can Google. I'm having, a 3D printer is only this big, and I'm having enough work Googling this and learning. I don't need to learn how to build a house. But
Okay, we've talked enough about that.
We've rambled on. So about the comments, back to the comments. There's a
from
few
the
that we just
videos.
wanted to address, and we would love to talk about all the people that support us and have all these positive things. And when we do talk about negative ones, it's not because we focus on them. Usually the only time we bring it up is if we either think it's absolutely ridiculous and people get a kick out of it, or if we just think it's funny.
Or if it really hurts my feelings, I'll tell you.
Or if it really
about
hurts your feelings. But so many positive comments, you guys. You guys are awesome.
First of all, I have to say a couple shout outs here, especially to those of us that kind of stuck up for us. And one of them is Steve's mother. Lois, I love you, because somebody said something about, I bet your house looks like a hoarder house nightmare because where are you going to put all that stuff? And you know what? True, right? You get all these storage units, you bring it all home. Where do you put it? Where do you process? And Lois was the first one to jump in there and say they have a beautiful home. And so thank you, Lois.
My mom, I saw that and I just died laughing. Like, my mom, she don't comment much and she's not very technologically advanced. But she responded to that comment and said they're very organized and they process it very quickly. Yes, we do.
Okay, but here, I've got to tell you this. My house is not immaculate. I don't live in a show home because I am busy. I am busy out here. I am sorting through other people's garbage. So, not just garbage.
That reminds me.
Other people's stuff.
I got to talk about when you're done.
Okay.
Barry Manilow and Anne Murray, John Denver.
Yes, and so inside, I told you guys that Jada's been meal prepping for us, and that's been working out great. We pay her to do it. She goes shopping, she cooks it, she brings it in, and we have a week's worth of food in our refrigerator. So all we have to do is go in, warm it up, and eat it, and that's great. And Luke is going to help us with some things like, doing the bathrooms once every couple weeks or whatever, help we need. We have somebody that mows. I love to be outside in the yard in the springtime, but as you get into the heat of the summer, I hate it. So we have a guy that comes and he mows, and that is money well spent because it keeps me in here focused on turning stuff over, right? Because that's my job. And
I do help mowing too, but she usually grabs it by the horns.
Yeah, I would rather do it. But anyway, as far as living in a hoarder house, we do not. If anything, buying storage units and doing clean outs has helped us realize we don't need all that stuff.
No.
We rotate our clothes from stuff we find. We wear it for a while and then we get rid of it. Our new stuff that we get comes from storage units and buyouts and garage sales, and we rotate stuff in and out that way, but we don't keep it all. We might use it, but we don't keep it all, except yarn. And that's a different story.
Right.
So, in answer to that question...
Even our storage unit, we have one storage unit that is just for business, and it's full right now. I ain't gonna lie, it's full. But I was just there the other day. I stopped by there and took a look in there and got some boxes. And it's organized. It's all in boxes and totes. It
Show them
doesn't
the
look
picture.
like...
Show the
Well,
picture.
yeah, there's a picture of our storage unit, and it actually is organized. Everything's in boxes or whatever. So we're hoping to work through that or whatever. But no, we just had a couple comments that I thought were funny. One of them, when I was going through the 8 tracks, I looked going through the cassettes, and I'm like, oh, these old hip hop ones. And then the 8 tracks was John
"That's
Denver
trash."
and Anne Murray, and I said, oh, that's trash. And somebody said, and I just got such a kick out of it. They were like, Anne Murray and John Denver are not trash. They're, as people or whatever they said. And I thought that was cute because
I agree with you because I love country music. I love both Anne Murray and John Denver and Restless Heart and all of that stuff. But he's the rock and roll guy
in my house, and I respect all musicians. I don't like it all, and I don't like that. But I'm not calling the people trash. It's my sense of humor. If it had been rock, it would have been like, oh, this stuff's awesome. If it's country, I would have made a snide remark about just straight up country. But it's just my sense of humor.
And because people sell things that they enjoy better than things that they don't enjoy, right? So, except it when it's yarn, and then I have to keep it. But the things that we like and know about and are passionate about, we are much better at selling.
Yeah, much more fun. So it was not. I was not taking a personal shot at them. It was just fun. Yes. That's just how my personality.
And then I loved the comment from B-Rob. B-Rob, I love you.
B-Rob
oh my
awesome.
Gosh. Somebody said something, I don't even know what they said. I remember B-Rob's comment, and it was, they can kick rocks.
Yeah.
B-Rob, I love you. Love you for that. She has been a supporter of us.
For quite a while.
Namely you for, she's got your back.
Yeah, it's and we get a kick out of
Love
that. It's a lot of fun, but so much positivity, so much love, so much appreciation for what we do.
Yes.
Some people say they do this. A lot of people say that they do this and they like seeing the other side. We had several comments. We had a couple comments talk about how it looked like it might have been a setup, like the storage unit facility threw all the stuff in. That is not the case at all. And how do we know it's not the case? Because we have actually talked to, through text messages,
I'll tell the story.
the owner, the kids of the owner of the unit.
So the names of the people and the stuff in the unit was back from the early 2000s, right? And so we realized and found throughout the family was a family of 4 kids, a mom and a dad. And we related with them a lot because we saw a lot of the same stuff happening. And one of the things that I did see was the grandparents purchased savings bonds for the kids. And most of the time, the grandparents, in the birthday card or whatever, there would be a certificate that says, we bought a savings bond for you, which my parents did. When we were going through a rough time, they knew we couldn't be trusted. So they would give us a certificate, and then they held on to the savings bonds, right? One birthday card, I found a savings bond that was the actual savings bond, right, from 20 years ago.
Right, and we can't do nothing with that.
We can't, you can't do anything with that, and the person can't do anything with it unless they have the savings bond, right? So I looked them up. I found that did some sleuthing and found out that the names of the siblings matched and the name of the parents matched and the name of people that they knew matched. So I located the person on Facebook. And I sent them a message and I said, is your name...
Against my better judgment, by the way. I just want to say, I was like, no, let's
Ruth
figure it out.
and I talked about it.
I said, let's send it anonymously.
Well, you couldn't because I could not find an address for this person. You should lock down your Facebook so that people don't know where you live, right? So And
here we go on YouTube every time saying, we're in Lincoln, Nebraska.
I sent a message to the person and said, are you this person? And they said, why? And I said, because I found a savings bond that I believe belongs to you. It was from this person with this last name. And they said, how did you find it? And I said, I'm not going to lie or tell a story. I just said, we buy storage units and we came across this in one of the storage units and I wanted to get it back to you. And long story short, they sent their address and yes, they thanked us for that. And then they found us on YouTube. And they watched the first and second. And then her
brother or somebody else reached out to me and said, hey, do you have any of this stuff, that stuff? And I was like, I'm really sorry. I said, but if you watch the videos, I said, it's nothing personal. It's just business. I said, we don't have much and we lost quite a bit of money on this. And, there's not, everything was in bad condition, and the furniture that was water damaged. That table, several people talked about the table, the legs, everything was all rusted out on the bottom. It was all just corroded and just trash. People don't like when I say trash, some people. But, everything was in such bad shape that we felt bad, but we were like, hey, we're sorry that this happened to you,
Yes.
but, this is business. And they were totally understanding and cool about it. And so Donna mailed the savings bond. So
Yes, so I went ahead and sent that back to him. And sometimes, you feel good about contacting the person because you can always tell who owned the unit, even though they cross out the name. You can always find in the mail and stuff that's in the unit.
Usually.
And stuff. And it's not for the weak at heart either, because some of the stories are hard.
Oh, yeah. Donna always digs into when we're sorting things, and she digs in and does Google searches like Jeebus does and tries to get the background and what's the story and everything. I don't because I don't want to become emotionally attached and, because we found a lot of lockers that there's sad stories where kids are involved and drugs and, whatever. And I don't know that wasn't the case with this one. But
it was just so much.
We've seen a lot of bad things.
This one was so interesting to me because so much of what I found, information-wise, was just like our own story.
Yeah, same age as the kids.
Same age as the kids, same happening, same era, the same time that we were living the same way in a different place, minus the trash and stuff. But it just makes you realize how close we were to being in the very same situation. So, I don't know. It was interesting to me. And it made me thankful that we made it through.
So that wasn't the case. There's a couple of people said that. And then one other thing I wanted to say, there have been a couple of people that have said, there's other YouTube channels that, they watch them. It seems like everything they touch it's always good and they never have a bad unit. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if they do bad units or if they just have really good luck or whatever. But, it makes makes me wonder sometimes, do they film it? Like I said in this one, Donna said, I don't know if we should put that out. Maybe other people sometimes say, you know what, let's not put this out. But I'm going to put it out because if we're going to waste our time filming, we're going to waste our time doing you're going to find out.
Somebody said too in the comments, they said, I feel so sorry for you guys because, you've had a run of bad units. And, we had the mousy one and that one was funny. We had the great big ones that were dirty and, things. We've had some interesting ones.
We've had some awesome ones, though, too.
And since we're changing our focus a little bit quite a bit to YouTube and bringing the stuff for you to watch, hopefully you're finding entertainment in it. But that also helps you watching it, you commenting, you liking, you hyping, and all the things that you're doing help us. And actually, now that we're monetized, provide income for us.
Not a lot of income. Don't get it twisted.
It's not twisted, but rich. We get a storage unit for $76 and we can usually pay for half of it at least.
Well, somebody also said, why would you even buy that unit that looks like that? Dude, they were literally boxes and they weren't labeled.
This is a picture of it that we bought it from.
Why would you not buy it? Because we've bought ones that looked way worse than this.
Mm-hmm. It looked organized.
It looked organized. It looked, other than some bags on top, it looked organized. Them boxes could have been filled with anything.
Oh yeah.
Could have been filled with collections. Could have been filled with anything. As you'll see in the next storage unit thing. You never know what you're going to find. But anyway, we have rambled on and on. I did not plan on sitting and talking this long about it. But basically, I just want to say in a nutshell, I'm not as negative as you might think. We don't focus on the negative comments.
All the time.
We really don't. We see all your positive comments. When we put that heart on there,
all the time.
We wait until after we make sure we both see them. And then we put hearts on all of them because we do absolutely love it. We appreciate it so much. But if we're having a crappy day, I'm going to tell you about it. I'm going to show you that unit and whatever, and I'm going to tell you my honest opinion
People
about
said
it.
that they see me trying to be upbeat. And yeah, I know you can see it sometimes. Sometimes he's just a grouch, right? Yeah. He's just a grouch. And so I'm like, you got to be happy, and I'm trying to help him be happy. And it doesn't work, folks. If he's crabby or hungry or tired, yes,
Or if
That's
I'm
what you're
tired of
gonna
being in the
see.
storage unit, that's what you're going to
Or
see.
if he's tired of me, you're going to see it.
Never, ever tired of my Donna.
Yes, you are sometimes.
Anyway,
Like now.
no, you're good. I'm good. What else are we going to do? We're going to make some changes downstairs again a little more.
Oh, yeah. Do you
We're
want
going
to
to
see?
go show you the mess. You want to talk, okay, hoarder house nightmare or something? I'll show you our mess in the basement.
That's just a processing nightmare. That's all that is.
No, it's when we get empty boxes from different people, it ends up being a mess. Oh, and we have a problem.
But you know why? It's because it's downstairs and I can just throw it down the stairs. But
Donna
if we
chucks
were
stuff down the stairs all
on
the time.
one floor, I wouldn't get to chuck them down the stairs.
So let's move. And then if you were in our whatnot last week, at the beginning we were kind of frantic because we had a problem with electricity
man.
and power. We ended up having an issue there that I'm going to show you because I still haven't fixed it. But let's go downstairs and see what kind of mess waits us there. All right, we are in the basement and it is an absolute mess.
Is this not plugged in?
No, because I had to unplug it. We got some power issues we're going to talk about. So this is, I don't have much to ship, but this TV, bought it for $5. This is something I can't sell on a whatnot. Sold this, took an
eBay.
offer for $75 plus shipping. They paid like $80 shipping. And down here, these are boxes that came from the printer. That's the box the printer came in, and that actually will work. I'm going to put some bubbles around it and ship it in there. So anyway, this is all this mess. And then somebody was selling boxes cheap here on Facebook, so I got some of them.
You know what?
But then
Okay, so
in here,
you guys remember
oh, that was a hanger.
remember when we did all of the revamping and we cleaned it
Yes.
and the boxes were in the way?
Yeah.
Well, they had babies and now they're back in the way.
Yes. When we don't get boxes in, it's not bad. But then it seems like if somebody has boxes for us, 8 people have boxes for us all at the same time. So it ends up like this. So we have an idea.
Yes.
These are the end of our boxes. 176 is our last box, but we have consolidated
Inventory boxes.
Inventory, eBay listed inventory boxes.
With the numbers on them. Ooh, they are empty.
There's a lot of empty or almost empty boxes. We're not listing near as much on eBay. So we talked about if we can consolidate down 2 whole racks,
Oh, these
Then
are
we
pretty
could-
empty. Look at that.
we could have this whole wall empty, and then all these loose boxes we can have here in the behind the wall, and they'll be out of sight, out of mind. I'll still use them.
Woohoo!
I'll still pull them out and use them, but there's no reason to have 176 boxes if we're not listing near as much on eBay, right? Right. So that's the plan. We're going to delist actually some more. We don't even need to do this, but I think we're going to delist a little more yet. And we're going to clean all this up, and it'll all be, we're going to leave at least one rack in here to put things on, but we're going to have all the loose boxes out here.
And it's because the need for them isn't here anymore. Because we're selling more on Whatnot.
And because we get, on Whatnot, we ship a lot of priority, and we ship a lot in the Ground Advantage boxes that we get from the post office.
But I mean, the need for having
the
this
eBay
much
storage.
storage isn't
Correct.
here anymore. So
Correct, yeah. Whatnot has been a real blessing for us. Move a lot of things fast. We don't get as much money for them, like that Fenton Owl we talked about. Got like $50, and they're listed for $200. Could we have gotten 100, 150 for them? Maybe, but they'd sit in a box forever.
you know
and
what?
It's
Let's-
okay.
If you, I'm going to ask you guys a couple things. If you haven't given us a thumbs up, give us a thumbs up now. But we ask you to join us on Whatnot, and to do that, if you do decide to join us, use the link.
Okay, yeah, especially if you want one of them magnets.
Yeah.
You can get it for free. If you've never signed up for Whatnot, you're intimidated by it, you just not interested. If you want one of those magnets for free, in the description of this video, there is a link. If you use that link, it's a link from us. If you sign up with that link on Whatnot, and you've never signed up before, you get $15 free
Anywhere on the
anywhere
platform.
on this platform, not just us. So, but you could go into our show and you could buy one of those magnets for free, and it would cover the magnet and the shipping, and you wouldn't
And
have
that
to
is
pay
from
anything.
Whatnot.
Yeah.
Whatnot does that for you. And for us sharing it, they will give us a little thank you also. So if you have thought about trying Whatnot, try it now.
Yeah.
And our link is below in the description.
description.
Yeah.
So this is our Whatnot area that we do our shows. And the other night it was like 2 minutes till we were starting our show and no power was working. I got this power strip right here, And I got that from a clean out or a storage unit or something. It was in a box. And it don't work all the time. And so I was panicking trying to get the power on. And back here, the outlet is up here. So one of the things I tried to do,
back here.
This is the water softener, the furnace.
The furnace, yeah, the water
Christmas
heater.
tree, you know, because that's what you do. But anyway, in my panic trying to get things to work, this has a reset button on it.
Oh, don't lean on that.
And so, a drain pipe. And so I reached over to try to reset it. And what I did, then while during the show, I kept hearing this drip, drip, drip. Well, we got a little drip right here underneath this fitting. I got this little bucket, and it's a very slow drip. That is
because what, you leaned on
8
it
hours worth.
accidentally?
I emptied it this morning because I leaned against here, and then I created a drip reaching for that.
Oh, because you couldn't get in this way.
Right, because the Christmas tree was in the way.
Because your wife put the tree there.
So we blame my wife. So
We
anyway,
blame your
after the
wife.
show, I thought, well, I can take this off and rethread it.
Get a new
And that's
wife.
the plan, is to rethread this with thread tape and just try that. Because I did get a pipe wrench and I snugged it up, but I'm afraid of breaking it. I don't want to go too hard. And it slowed it way down. It's not a bad leak. It's just a little drip. But did you know, if I try to isolate this, I can isolate it and bypass it. But the exit, this is where it comes out of the water softener, and it comes over here to our main water line that goes up and throughout the house. There's no valve on this.
Right there.
They didn't put a valve in here.
Oh, it goes
So
in this
if
one.
we block this off so it doesn't go to the water softener, and then open this up so it bypasses it, it still has the water pressure all the way back to the softener because they didn't put a valve here. So we're going to have to just unscrew this and let it drain water while I retape it. And I just haven't done it yet. It's really slow leak. It's not that big of a deal, but I just haven't done it yet. So that was our panic and whatnot time, trying to get whatnot going. That happened. And so now I have to deal with that.
This
but
is such a mess down here. My
yeah, it is
goodness.
such a mess down here. And then, in this room, we're storing TV box. Like we need to store that. We have all these boxes are emptied. Oh, so fun story about TV. The TV we had upstairs in our living room, it was a 60-inch 1080p TV we got out of a clean out, and it was bigger than one we had before it, so we upgraded with a clean out, or I don't even know where it came from. But it had one line all the way through the center of the screen. Just, you didn't even notice after a while, but it was there. It was one line across the screen, right? So in 2020, December of 2020, when we got stimulus checks, you remember that? We got stimulus checks from the government because of COVID. We went and we bought a brand new washer and dryer. Never had brand new washer and dryer, always bought them used, and we'd go through them quite a bit.
Like
and they talked us into the warranty.
every 6 months.
Yeah. And they talked us into the warranty, and they said, if you don't use this warranty for no service repairs in 5 years, you get your money for the warranty back. So I put it in my calendar, in my phone. So in December, it came up that my 5 years is up. So I called them and I said, hey, I never had any calls. And they looked it up and they're like, you're right, you haven't. They said, okay, you get like $450 in store credit. And I said, oh, I don't get my money back? They said, no, store credit. And so I looked, and for like $50 more, I could get a brand new 5-inch bigger 65-inch TV.
With no line.
That's 4K with no line down the middle. So we got a brand new TV for not free, but we paid like $50 at the store. So
And we didn't buy Christmas gifts for each other this year, so that was your Christmas present.
Heck yeah. But they said in case there's a pixel bad or something, keep the box for a couple weeks, because if you want to return it, you have to have the box.
You could put two
So it's stored
people
in here
in this
too.
box.
But yeah. So anyway, we'll get that out of here. But so that's why that's sitting down here. Fun little story. But
Yes.
I don't know what else we got, guys. We were going to do the map, but I don't think we can. This has gone way longer than I thought.
We will do the map next time.
Yeah.
We have a page and a half.
Yeah, we got a lot.
New viewers.
A lot for the map, but it is getting late in the afternoon here, and
So if you want to be on the next one, and we will do it on the next one where we show shipping and things, if you want to be on our map, this is our map.
yeah, if you're new here,
And if you're new here. And so we have a red dot if you tell us where you're from. on our YouTube,
YouTube.
and blue ones if you tell us where you're from on Facebook. So some people have 2, but this just shows where our viewers are from. We also have one on the back here that's from
Yeah, behind here is
overseas.
a international world map that we put pins in for different countries. So anyway, if you haven't done that and you want to get on the map, we will update the map next time.
And we love mail, so if you send mail, you will get your mail put up here. We love stickers to go on our sticker wall. Mom sent a sticker, so we're going to put that on the sticker wall outside. Yeah, we just invite you to join.
Yeah, just join us in our adventures, because we don't know. They might be awesome adventures and they might be crappy adventures, but we're going to tell you about them because that's what we do.
Look at these.
Oh yeah, we printed these. Donna loves these.
Steve made me little frogs with his little printer. Because why frogs? Because we have to kiss a lot of frogs
That's right.
in sourcing
A
before
frog
we
is
find a prince.
Our mascot, if we have a mascot, it's a frog, because we're out there kissing frogs trying to find the prince.
Yes.
So I think we're going to wrap this up.
So like and subscribe, share with your friends, leave us a comment, give us a hype if you feel like it. If you want to join the Whatnot, go ahead and check out the link below. You can get $15 free to spend anywhere on
Yep.
the Whatnot app. And
Maybe you can get a new magnet for your
Magnets.
refrigerator or wherever.
magnets are coming out this week on Thursday, 6 p.m. Central
Yeah,
Time.
and thank you all for all the support, because like I said, I expected way more negativity than I've seen. So you guys rock, and I appreciate all of you, and I know Donna does too.
Yes.
My little positive butterfly here. So
And check out our Facebook page, because you will be
Yes.
reminded of the upcoming events and different videos as they come out, and sometimes you will get a sneak peek of things before the
That's right.
YouTube viewers get to see it. So
that's right. All right, cool. Well, we got lots of things to do, so I guess we're gonna wrap it up. So I guess we are Happy Heart Treasures, and I'm Steve.
I'm Donna.
See you next time.
Bye. Mash. Sit. Sit. Look at.
That's not sitting.
She is so excited. Her whole butt is wagging. This is our grandbaby. Is she the youngest?
No,
Sit. Is Jasper younger?
they're the same age.
This is Mash. Hello. Look, Mash, look. Yes. She is a Bracco Italiano pointer. Yes. And she has her championship. Yes. She is so smart. So smart. But she really likes pumpkin snacks. Yes, you do. Sit. Oh, shake. Unshake, shake, shake. Yes. Okay, sit. That's laying down. Come on. Sit up. Up. What do I tell her to do? There we go. Okay, back up. Okay, sit.
So smart.
Shake. Yes. Stay so smart. See, this is not the ring, Grandma. It's just snack time. Isn't it? It's snack time. Yes. Good girl. Mwah. Good girl. Isn't she pretty? See, I'm very pretty. Say hello. Hi, peoples. Hi, peoples. You see the peoples? Yeah, you say hello. I am so sweet. You're so sweet, Masher. What's her all name?
The best yam thing.
What?
Mm-hmm.
The best yam?
The best yam thing.
The best yam thing.
There was a theme with her
This
family.
litter.
There was
Potatoes.
Mash and
Loaded.
Loaded. And what was Jasper's name originally?
Jasper was Mash originally, and she was Yam.
Oh, she was
Yeah.
Yam. Okay. So yeah, it was a potato thing. So
What
she's
are-
just a
what
big
are all of
potato.
them?
There's a Julian, there's a Idaho,
Julian,
Oh, there's a Julian and an Idaho. Okay.
and some other ones.
So
Potato heads.
you're a big potato.
Yes. She's a sweetie.
Yep. So that is one of our grand puppies that has never been on camera before. So there you go.
It's a good girl. Say bye, peoples.